New COVID-19 infections in Thailand have exceeded 20,000 for the first time, and the number of fatalities has also hit a new record at nearly 190 deaths.
Hello everyone, my name is Siravat Lekpisut.
My name is Thirapat Charansekul.
My name is ปายชัย ศาสนพงษ์ ปรีชา
My name is Thirapat Khumkongsuwan.
My name is ปัญญวัฒน์ วิพัฒนานันทกุล
Nowadays, total infected of COVID-19 tend to increase in every day. COVID-19 can affect a lot of parts in our life, such as economy, medical and education, and also our living. So our group chose this issue to be our project by make trending graph of COVID-19 situation in Thailand on February 2022 to make Thai people be aware with this disease.
Description. From the programming, we can see the summary of the case data in 2022 February, an overview information of COVID-19 situation in Thailand. In order to further work to be analyzed and used for further development of education. Scope. We are focused on total infected, new infected, and deaths.
So next part is flowchart of data is from the February. So February 2022 has 28 days. Flowchart will ask you to input the data until the program collects its 28th time. When all the data is collected, the program will use all the data to calculate the calculated data. Then the program will use all the collected data to draw a graph of each data.
So this is the database from the website. The table will show the number of all people who were infected from COVID-19 or death or core, and each table will show the number for each day, and this table it will show all of the data that quality that we use to find each part.
Next is our expect result graph. They will have 10 graphs for our group. We designed a bar graph and line graph. First is new infected RT-PCR people graph. Second is dead people graph. Third is Kill People graph. Fourth is total infected RT-PCR graph. Fifth is total dead people graph. And also sixth is total infected people graph, that including ATK and RT-PCR. Seventh is ratio between killed people and new infected RT-PCR. Eighth is new infected ATK people graph. Ninth is total infected ATK people graph. And the last is percentage of dead people graph.
Hello, my name is Chirapat Kumkwasuwan. My student ID is 6410551134. Our group project is about COVID-19 situation in Thailand. And our group used the data from this website, that is website of Ministry of Public Health, and we use the data in February 2022 about situation of COVID-19 in Thailand for 28 days, and I'm take charge of part new infected by RT-PCR and total infected by RT-PCR that you can see on this flowchart. For the part new infected by RT-PCR, we use input from the database that you see in this table. This is new infected by RT-PCR. And the expected result of new infected by RT-PCR will show as a line graph like this that seems to be lights up in every day, but it's have a little bit fluctuate. And another part that I in chart is total infected by RT-PCR. This part is use the data from new infected by RT-PCR at the same table to calculate total of infected by RT-PCR of each day, like this. And this part, the expected result will show as a bar chart like this. That will light up in every day. And lastly, hopefully the situation of COVID-19 in Thailand will be better, and all of us can use the normal life. Thank you.
Hello, teacher. My name is Panyawat Vipathana Nantakun. My ID is 6410554346. Today, I want to talk about COVID-19 situation in Thailand. In my part, I am doing about deaths and total deaths. Now we are looking our slide. When we look into the data that we are reference, we are reference from this website is www.ddc.moph, or we can search in Google กระทรวงสาธารณสุข when we look into the database, in my part days and total days, and also in my database is have new infected of RT-PCR days, total infected of RT-PCR, total days, killed people, ratio between killed people and new infected of RT-PCR, percentage of deaths, new infected of ATK, total infected of ATK, and the last total infected. In our database is from day 1 to day 28 in Feb month. And now we are looking to the graph of death. We see that this is the graph of deaths and total deaths. And know that the graph of death is higher from day 1 to day 28. And also total death is also higher too. And the new infected of RT-PCR and ATK will be affected to death and total deaths. This is also higher, and this is new infected of ATK is also higher. And now we are looking to the process in flowchart. This is our flowchart. We can know about the process. When we have the data of deaths in process, we need to input the days of each day, so we can calculate the total death from the data. If we input the day 1, day 2, day 3 is only new death, but if we input all of the day in Feb month, it will calculate total days of each day. And also the infected by RT-PCR is also calculate quite the same of calculate of total days of each day. And now we can run code and find the value of total days. So that is how to process. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Panachai Sasanapong Prisha. My student ID number is 6410551169. I'm in charge of killed people and ratio between killed people and new infected RT-PCR. First, let's start with flowchart. Our group have collected the data from February. So it has 20 days only. So it means when the day 29 is going to be to 1st of March. So we input the data numbers of killed people and can calculate the ratio between killed people and new infected of each day by put the number of killed people divided by the number of new infected. So next is the graph. First, I will start with killed people graph. So you can see at the bottom left of the slide in page 9. We can collect the data from websites that is referred to or from the database. From the graph, we can see that in every day, the graph is always up and down. But the overall, it can be seen that there are more and more people killed every day. For example, on day 1, have killed people around 8,700 people, compared with day 3, have killed people around 7,800 people. But if you look from day 1 to day 28, so you can see that there are more and more people killed. This is because overall people have already been immunized by vaccination. The vaccine that is given to help people get well soon and have a low percentage of death. Next thing that to get well soon is to seek treatment by go to hospital or contact the emergency calls as soon as you found that yourself infected. Otherwise, the infection may enter in the lungs and to seriously ill and leading to death. Next, second is the ratio between cured people and new infected RT-PCR graph. You can see at the top right of the slide in page 10. Since it doesn't have the information of this ratio, so it can calculate by put the number of cured people divided by the number of new infected. From the data, you can see that the ratio of every day is mostly close to 1. For example, day 2, it has the cured people 8,485 people and has the new infected people 8,587 people. So when you calculate the ratio, you get around 0.99. That is mostly near 1 because the cured people and the new infected people have approximate same numbers. Therefore, the overall of cured people and the new infected people of Thailand on a daily basis is always the same.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Silawat Lerpisut. My student ID number is 64105543997. I'm in charge of percentage of death and total infected. Okay, let's start with the flow chart. We collected data from the February. So February in this year has 28 days. When the day is equal to 29, it means that is the beginning of the March. Okay, I'm in charge of the percentage of death and total infected. So both of this is the calculated data. The formula of the percentage of death is divided between total death of each day and total infected by RT-PCR of each day. The formula of the total infected is combination between total infected RT-PCR of each day and total infected ATK of each day. Total infected doesn't have on the government website. It is the data that we thought that is good to know. Yeah. Okay, next, let's start to the graph. Okay, the graph. First, I will start with the percentage of death. Let's see the bottom right graph of the presentation slideshow. As I said in a few minutes ago, the percentage of death is calculated by the compare between total death and total infected RT-PCR. The graph shows us that the percentage of death is decreasing every day. The percentage of death in 2022 February is not that much. According to the database, it is around 0.9% at the start of the month and around 0.8% at the end of the month. When we compare the percentage of death in 2022 February and the middle of the last year, the number of percentage of death in 2022 February is significantly decreased. It may cause of the three main subjects. First, Omicron replaced the Delta. Omicron is spread so fast but not have that much symptoms when compared between the Delta. Second, most of Thai people have already vaccinated. around 25% of Thai people already have the first jab, and around 20% already have a second jab. Approximately 30% of Thai people already have the booster dose. Last, most of the people who die in infected the COVID-19 is people who don't have any vaccinated or people who have congenital disease, such as the high blood pressure, diabetes, and chronic kidney disease. Next, the last but not least, is total infected. Total infected graph is the graph that show on the middle bottom of the presentation slideshow. Total infected is quite easy to understand, just total infected RT-PCR plus the total infected ATK, so it's still increasing every day. At the start of the month was gradually increasing according to the database. First half of the month, total infected was increased around 10,000, but not over the 25,000. But after the half of the month, infected people is highly increasing. According to the database, infected was increased around 25,000 to around 45,000 people. It's because of becoming of the Omicron BA2 spreading. As I said, most of Thai people have vaccinated, but Omicron is silly to infect though. So when you leave the house, don't forget to wear the mask, and when you're alive, don't forget to wash your hand. Don't touch your face while you're not staying at home. Thank you for your attention. Stay safe and have a good time. Bye.
Hello, my name is Thirapat Charanchaikul. My student ID is 64105511155. So I'm doing the chart of new infected ATK and total infected ATK. So in my part, it is the new infected of ATK and the total infected of ATK. So I can collect the data from the database table. Yeah, the database table will show the number of people in February in part of the new infected ATK. I can find the total infected ATK from the sum of new infected ATK on each day of February. This year, February have 28 days, so I will calculate the sum infected ATK. So in total infected ATK, it has the old number from January. And so I will use the old total plus the new infected. It will be the new total infected ATK on the 1st of February. And I will calculate in 28 days. So I will use the old value from the first day to find the new total infected in the next day. And so it will continue on the last day of February. In the flow chart, yes, in the flow chart, it will start from the data in 28 days, and it will read the new infected by ATK from the input that I will put the number of new infected ATK in each day of February. After that, it will calculate the total infected ATK of each day. After it's calculated the total infected by ATK, it will be the information to find the total infected. So next is graph. So next it will be the graph. In the first graph, it is the line graph. Yes, it is the line graph. It is the graph of new infected of ATK, and the second graph is the bar chart. Bar chart is the graph of total infected of ATK. In the graph, we can see the line graph. It is up and down in the graph. In the first week of February, the line is going up. Yes. The line is going up so quickly and it is increased, but some day decrease and then another day increase as usual. And in the second graph, it is increasing and it doesn't have the decrease graph because this chart is the total infected of ATK. So this graph will show the number of people who were infected, and it can show that in Thailand has people who are infected increase every day. And if this graph is the increase, it will be is a detriment to the country. If we compare the graph, we know that the rate of increase of the curve is the same. So thank you for listening and thank you.
Okay, thank you for watching and listening our presentation.
Thank you.